in the early days, the results were often ambiguous. The results said movements had occurred where often it wasn't possible. So that it really shows that there is a need to sense check the results before communicating them on to stakeholders. And I think that is still very key even today with the more sophisticated equipment that we can use. So it's always important to have an independent method to verify the results as well. So in other words, you have two types of monitoring techniques that are independent being used to measure the same types of things so that we can see if there's a correlation between them. But one of the other important things is to try to have a baseline period where measurements are done to ensure that the normal changes that occur in a structure over the seasons can be accommodated and not flag up significant changes when these are only the changes that occur due to the seasonal effects. But one of the things that is also important is that the people who are specifying the monitoring work need to have an understanding of the sort of movements that are going to be expected and that they must be measurable with the tools and techniques that are proposed to be used. So often in the past, the type of movements and the size of movements that were expected were barely measurable using the techniques that were being used. And whereas now, using things like tilt meters, it's much easier to detect even very small movements.